going on, everyone? I'm Jonathan Brown. This is The Culture on yours truly, 95.7 MRC. Today is Thursday, June 14th, and do we have a show for you today? We sure do. So let's get it started with the beginning and the end. Shout out to congratulations to the Golden State Warriors who are going back-to-back. Hey, throwback to Drake. Hey, we going back to back. Hey, good shout out to the Capitals out there in D.C. for winning their first Stanley Cup Finals in 23 years. Congratulations out there to you. I know the boys are partying out there. Alex Ovechkin is partying like there's no tomorrow. Shout out to him. You earned it. Been 18 years in the running. Congratulations. Jordan Bell and Swaggy P partying like there's no tomorrow as well. Slow your roll down. Know it's your first ring. Y'all got more rings than Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley combined, but just slow your roll down. I know the Hennessy is good, my man, Jordan. I know the Hennessy is good, my man, but just slow your roll down. Steph, Clay, and Draymond, they enjoying the city, but I mean, they just chilling and relaxing, so slow your roll down. The NBA season might be over, but the trash talking is not. Let's go to the trash talker himself, the one and only Draymond Green, from a quote from his Finals Day parade. We just cut from a different cloth. There's a lot of guys in this league. They soft. I told one of them dudes from the cast after the game. He tried to shake my hand. I said, Tristan, we ain't cut the same. That's deep. And I got to go on Draymond Green's side with this one. During the NBA Finals, Tristan Thompson and Draymond Green, they were button heads with one another, so that's why I got to go with Draymond Green on this one. And Draymond Green, he's got the final end to say at this one. But Tristan, you've been getting the back end of everything lately. Let's go to a quote by the one and only Kanye West with his new album, Ye. Just listen to that, and it's a pretty decent album. It's not one of his number one. I still shout out Graduation is number one all time from Kanye. But let's go to a quote from Kanye and what he had to say. All these thoughts on Christian mingle almost what got Tristan single. Tristan, my man, you just need to sit down. Like, oh my gosh, Tristan, what is going on with you, man? You had a baby on the way, and all you had to do was just be responsible. You lost your membership to the FMC, the faithful male community, man, and it's gone, my man. It's gone. You ended the Kardashian curse, but still, you lost your membership to the faithful male community, my man. So just sit down with this one. But the trash talking is still going on, especially with Draymond Green. Last year, he had a shirt with the quickie, the Lance O'Brien trophy with letting LeBron know that was a quick one. This year, he's got the Arthur move with all three rings on his fist. You know, the 15, the 17, and the 18. That's 3 rings for Draymond Green. Who ever heard of Draymond Green before he joined the Golden State Warriors? He was drafted by the Golden State Warriors. Who ever heard of him before that? Draymond Green just letting them know he's here. He ain't here to play. Now that the season's over, let's take a look back to see how the season actually went. So far, we've had debates on who's the real rookie of the year. That's the biggest question to find out. This year, the NBA Awards show will be hosted by Anthony Anderson with Travis Scott performing. So this year, we'll be able to find out, will this be the second time in NBA history co-rookie of the year? Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell. But don't forget to throw in Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum has been balling like a rookie, and he took his team, not by himself, but he had a little help, but putting up Larry Bird numbers in the playoffs, averaging about 25-plus point games for every playoff game. That's a good standard for a rookie. Especially all 3 rookies were actually in the playoffs this year. That's a big accomplishment for all 3 of them. Now, the next question is, who's the MVP of this year? It's a big question. MVP, James Harden, finally deserving what he gets. Even though he took a loss in the Western Conference Finals, I think he deserves that MVP. After last year's speculations of a co-MVP this year, I think it belongs to James Harden. But could it go to LeBron James? LeBron James did take one of the worst Cavaliers teams to the NBA Finals, which I think is an accomplishment. And I mean worst NBA team to the Finals. This is worse than the 03-04 team versus the Spurs when they got swept. This is worse than that team. And none of those players are even in the NBA anymore. That's a shame. That's a whew. The word I'm trying to express right now it's just not coming out right now. So yeah, but let's Speaking about LeBron, where's LeBron going to go this year? That is the biggest speculation of them all. We can all have our theories on where LeBron wants to go, where LeBron wants to do. That's all up to LeBron, but let's just take a look at the teams that are putting up these poster boards to get LeBron to come and join them. Let's take a look at LA, the Los Angeles Lakers, quote-unquote the LA King. LeBron to the Lakers has been a rumor since approximately 2002, before he was even in the league. Philadelphia 76ers? Process this. James could join 21-year-old Ben Simmons and 24-year-old Joel Embiid. Process that. Boston Celtics? The city of champions? Could LeBron's appreciation of the Celtics' 17 titles lead him to bolster their bright future? Houston Rockets ready to launch? Perhaps LeBron and Houston can form a new super team to best the Warriors. We hear Houston already has a thing for fitted suits. Or the best option for everybody in Ohio, Cleveland Cavaliers. Home is where the heart is. Why search for a new kingdom when you already reign supreme at home? LeBron, the decision is up to you. We can't wait to see where you go. We know you'll have a full team of LeBron superfans traveling with you wherever you go. We'll be back.
Student run, student made.
Direct from the MRC, straight from the Music Resource Center.
95.7 MRC.
And we're back. You're listening to The Culture on 95.7 MRC. I'm your host, Jonathan Brown. Let's get into it. What's going on in Chicago right now? The Windy City, Chi-Town, a known tourist location. It's got the Bean, Garrett's Popcorn, the Chicago Bears, Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs. But we're not here to talk about that right now. We're here to talk about the music that's going on in Chicago. You know, a lot of known rappers are from Chicago. You got Kanye West, Chance the Rapper, Vic Mensa, G Herbo, Chief Keef, and Lil Reese are from Chicago. But there's one rapper in Chicago right now who's not known from this location, but he's flying around like he owned the joint. Let's go to talk about 6ix9ine in Chicago right now. 6ix9ine in Chicago is so-called giving back to the city of Chicago, saying that none of these rappers in Chicago, to be more specifically, Chief Keef and Lil Reese, don't give back to their community in Chicago. He flaunted on Instagram. Let's put that out there. He went to their block on Chicago Inglewood Plaza at 10 o'clock yesterday. 10 o'clock yesterday. He went out on their block, flaunting on Instagram. He said, right on your effing old block. Ain't nobody out here. I came to your block. 6ix9ine, let me just say this. He looking like he want all the smoke, but deep down, he don't want no smoke. We know you may look like you alone, you know, you could showed up to the airport by yourself, you know, but we know you got your security out there. Security, you got the whole police escorts, you got the whole police there, because what you're asking for right now is a death sentence right now. If they wanted to, if Chief Keef and Lil Reese wanted to see you, say bye-bye, say hi, how you doing, they would have said hi by now. You're treading on dangerous waters right here. Let's go to another quote by 6ix9ine. Everybody bird experts now. LOL. Don't come to Chicago. I come. You in the airports. Goes and feed the homeless. You with the security. And you ain't in the hood. Goes to the hood. That ain't the time you hear the birds knock on Lil Reese's door. 6ix9ine, I don't know what you're asking for, but you're asking for some smoke. And then here he had the audacity. Now, this is the bold move. This is the real bold move. Yesterday, and I'm telling you, yesterday, he put us on his Instagram, somebody's career is going to be ended. Guess who 6ix9ine took to the Gucci store in New York yesterday? Guess who he took? Any questions? Was it a homeless person? Was it somebody in need? Was it his family with a friend? I don't think so. 6ix9ine took Chief Keef's baby mama to the Gucci store in New York and got her the flyest Gucci gear. Got her a fanny pack, one of them Gucci, you know, real Gucci. You already know. He got her wearing a necklace, 6ix9ine, like she his girl. The audacity of 6ix9ine. He real bold. 6ix9ine, after surviving a full day in Chirac, is dancing like he a #1 Victor Royale on Fortnite. And believe it or not, that's not the only beef that's been going on in Chicago. Let's go to Kim K and Ryan Fest on Twitter because Twitter is the news for everything that goes on. Thank you, Donald Trump, for being the first president to put everything you're feeling on Twitter. Where would we be without Twitter? Shout out to Twitter for this. Let's go to Kim K and Ryan Fest, their altercation on Twitter. Ryan Fest had some words to say after Kanye had his little remarks on TMZ and about how he felt towards Donald Trump. Kim K right behind her husband to support him all the way. Let's see what she had to say on Twitter. You haven't been right since you got kicked out of the studio in Hawaii. Wearing fake Yeezys at Ryan Fest, LOL. You're over leveraging Kanye's name and asked Kanye to donate money to you. So stop with your fake community politics and lies. Truth is, you haven't been able to sustain the foundation. The foundation Kim K is talking about is the foundation Kanye and Donda started, a charity called Loop Dreams. And when Donda passed, they changed it to the name of Donda's House. And Kanye paid Ryan Fest a salary to run it. Kim K let the world and Ryan Fest know it is her mission to take the Donda's House from Ryan Fest and let her children run it the way it should be run. So, after all this, the question still remains the greatest question of them all. Who really runs Chicago? We'll be back.
Everything you're hearing is made by students right here in Cincinnati at the Music Resource Center.
It's all made by us.
This is 95.7 MRC.
Cincinnati's no music.
And we're back. So let's move from the windy city of Chicago to the West Coast. Shout out to my West Side people over there. Let's go to the Sunshine City of California. More exactly, LA. Because LA is action-packed right now. If you don't know what's going on in LA, LA is currently hosting E3. E3 is an event where they release games of new upcoming games, game technology that's going on. A few games coming out this year. We got Spider-Man for your web heads out there. If you didn't see Avengers Infinity War, great movie. Let's see, we had Madden 18s being released this summer. NBA 2K coming out in September. Pre-order it now. You know, we got a lot of upcoming games coming out. But the main attraction that E3 was hosting was on Tuesday. First ever Fortnite Celebrity Pro-Am. If you don't know what Fortnite is, you should take a look at it. You know, it's a pretty good game. You know, I know all you females out there, you wonder, why is my boyfriend on Fortnite for a period of long hours? It's all worth it. You know, he's out there learning a lot of key skills, you know, communication, looking out, you know, oral eyes, you know, making sure his bros are all good. You know, it's a part of the lifestyle. But and Fortnite had their first ever Celebrity Pro-Am with a bunch of celebrities there. We had NBA players, MMA fighters, actors, singers, DJs, you name it. It was a team of two, duos is what they call it. And the winner of the whole matchup won $1 million and was able to donate that $1 million to the charity of their choosing. And the winner was gamer, Ninja, and DJ Marshmello. Ninja has been a gamer for quite a while, and he is known throughout the Fortnite community. So shout out to Ninja and DJ Marshmello. But even though Fortnite was gaming, there was a little side recruitment on the side of the show after the whole Pro-Am show ended. Let's take a look at Josh Hart of the LA Lakers trying to recruit PG-13 Paul George. Paul George had an interview with a reporter from SportsCenter asking Paul George, are you ready to join Josh Hart this summer? Not in the gaming realm? And PG-13's response, he pled the fifth. Next question. Like I said, the free agency right now is a huge impact. Where is PG going to go? Where's LeBron going to go? There's a lot of players out here in the NBA deciding on where they're going to sign this summer. If they're going to get a contract extension. We'll see. Only time can tell. The time is over, guys. The movie we've all been waiting for. It's been 14 years. 2004. Can anybody name this movie? The Incredibles. It's a key movie. I remember how old I was 5. So if you weren't born, I suggest you wait in line and wait like a good little kid to see Incredibles 2, because Incredibles 2 will be filled packed with a bunch of adults and a bunch of teenagers who were born in that time to see that movie. I always speculate this movie's probably been done for a while, but it's not just being released. So shout out to Disney for finally releasing Incredibles 2. Can't wait to see that with the fam. But on other groundbreaking news, Let me say this again. Breaking news. The greatest pancake place in the world. 100% incorrect. But IHOP, the International House of Pancakes, has made an official change to their name. IHOP. I would think International House of Breakfast. They're just expanding their breakfast menu, letting us know that they are capable of doing more than just pancakes, omelets, probably sausages. Wrong. I present to you IHOB, the International House of Burgers. And when I tell you these other fast food restaurants let IHOB have it, they did. Let's take a look at Twitter because everything goes down on Twitter. Subway with the ruthlessness. We will now be known as Pancake Way. IHOP replied, just let us have our moment. Dairy Queen replied, we will now be known as Fried Chicken Queen. And to finish to cap it off, the most known fast food place you could know that's closed on Sundays had the final remark, STFU. IHOP, why would you change your name? You sound stupid. I feel like whoever was in charge of that decision needs to be fired immediately. And when we come back, we got a special guest joining us on the show, The Culture. First ever interview by yours truly, Jonathan Brown. Stay tuned.
Want to make your own beats? Go to mrccincy.org and join us.
Direct from the Music Resource Center in Cincinnati.
This is 95.7 MRC.
This is the show, The Culture. You know what we do here, everything for the culture. This is your host, Jonathan Brown. Today we got a lovely guest here, Chaya. How you doing today, Chaya?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. So Chaya, she's here to talk to us about her new and upcoming album. She is an upcoming artist in the industry right now here at 95.7 MRC. She's coming out with some good singles. I was just listening to one of your songs, Disappointed. I loved it. That vibe, that mellow vibe. So tell me, what's been going on with you?
All right. So I've been working on my music and it's been sent in to copyright, so it's going to come out pretty soon. So I have an EP coming out soon and it's called World Crisis. So it's about there's a lot of problems going on right now, especially with this current political climate. So the songs I have on there are called Disconnected, TikTok, Wondrous Child, and Run. So Run is a song about slavery. So it basically just follows a man and and his journey to escape slavery. So they're telling him what to do and to follow the stars and leave so you can get to Canada. And TikTok is about police brutality. So it follows this man from his perspective and how he feels when the police cars pull up and his kind of just final thoughts before he gets shot and he passed away and what he's feeling and what he's thinking. And Disconnected is just about we live in a world where there's so many people, but we're not in touch with each other, so we're disconnected. And Wondrous Child, I actually did it for a project in school, but I liked it a lot. So it's about a child who's just curious, but sometimes curiosity doesn't lead to good things.
So tell me, how did you get on this path of music? What started you off in the industry?
So I started playing violin when I was 3, and then I kind of just picked up a whole bunch of instruments from there. I think I'm at 7 or something now.
7?
Yeah. But a couple years ago, I realized I really liked to sing, so I started to sing, and then my friend told me about MRC, and I started coming about a year ago, and that's when I first started writing. So I've only been writing for about a year.
It's good. I know I've emceed for you before. You've been performing at Walnut Hills at the Breaking Down the Barriers. What can we expect from this year? It was a big year. You got a lot of stardom to your name in the Walnut Hills area. So what are you gonna do? I know your band is leaving, so now you got to find a new band.
Yeah. So we're currently looking for a keyboard replacement. So we're gonna be playing through the summer until he's gone, and we're getting a couple gigs for that. But my drummer is still gonna be here. He's a sophomore going on junior, I guess, now. So we're gonna just look. I think we found a guitar player, so we're just gonna build this back up until we get to the point where we were then.
So you're picking up. You told me you're playing 7 instruments, and you're trying to pick up the flute now too.
Yeah, I've tried to pick up anything I can, really. Music is so cool, and I sing jazz because I'm in a jazz band in the area for high school students, and I've always just had a love for like the jazz flute. It's so cool, and like the different solos they do. I've always just wondered like how do you do it, and it's just super cool.
So since you're such in love with music, you've been to the Bunbury Festival, correct? Right?
I think I did in the past. It's been a while. I went with my friend like for one day, but it was pretty cool.
Okay, because is that the kind of stage you would like to see yourself on in the future?
Oh, definitely. Like one day I hope to be as big as Beyonce.
All right, shoot for the stars. Shoot for the stars. I'm gonna see you on BET, right? You know, performing at the BET Awards.
Of course, of course.
So this EP coming out. What else can we expect from you in the upcoming months?
So this EP, since those are done, I'm working on an album, which doesn't really have a name yet.
Okay.
But I've got some pretty cool songs on there with similar themes to the EP, but also some like, I talk about like mental health issues and like dealing with suicide and all that type of stuff. And based on true events, not that happened with me, but with one of my very close friends. So I basically kind of wrote a song to draw basically our conversation that happened once and like what was going on and what I try to do to like keep her sane and keep her alive basically. So it's still a struggle today.
That's good how you stay with the up-and-coming topics. So since you're all involved about music, tell me what you think about what's going on in the music industry right now. What do you think about what's going on with Kanye and upcoming with his music in June? And then tell me what you think about what his relation with Donald Trump. How does that affect you with music?
So, politics play a big part in music. Like, no matter if you think that everything is just unaffiliated, there's usually some political drive behind most of the music. I mean, hip-hop and rap came up most of the time because they were talking about politics and being in the black community and all that type of stuff. So everybody's talking about, let's cancel Kanye, like, let's get rid of him. But I don't think that's necessarily the right way to react to a situation because, honestly, he's uninformed. And you can see that, like, he doesn't, like, if you listen to what T.I. said, he said, like, he doesn't really know anything about the politics or anything behind Donald Trump. He just likes the fact that he was a reality star and he got into the White House. And that whole Kanye for 2020 kind of plays in the part because, like, he sees something that he wants to be, but he doesn't know anything about it. So I think like his comments were insensitive, but if we were to inform him and educate him more about what's going on and how it affects him, then maybe he wouldn't be so like just oblivious to what's going on. But I also think that part of like around this time is like the anniversary of his mother's death. So I think that has an effect on his mental health because I mean, it was his mother and he was upset because she passed during like a surgery. So I feel like that could have played a part on that.
So with your type of genre of music, you just told me about how you feel about Kanye and how it portrays into politics, and music has that sort of connection to reach out and reach and talk in other languages and communication. So I know your genre is sort of like a jazz topics. So how do you feel about what's going on with the hip-hop world, just going on with Pusha T and Drake, if that's going on? Let me hear your thoughts about that. Who's winning that beef right now?
So to be honest, I don't really keep up on beef between hip hop artists because I'm like, you know, like listen to the music and like people are in beef all the time. Like this supposedly Nicki Minaj and Cardi B beef, and this like it's so unnecessary. Like Meek Mill and all these other like what does that have to do with anything? Like obviously there's like politics behind it, but like beef is just stupid. Like why are y'all going at each other for no reason? You're both successful. Be happy with your success. Like, just be content. There's no need to battle it out, to be honest. That's just my opinion.
All right, Kai. I just want to thank you for your time. This is The Culture. Thank you for letting me interview you today. I can't wait to see. Do you have a date? We have a date when the EP is expected to drop?
Not yet. Hopefully sometime towards the end of the summer, though.
Okay, end of the summer, guys. So keep your eyes peeled, watching for Kaya. Thank you for letting me interview. This is The Culture. Do it for the culture. You have a great day.